Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here. Welcome to episode number 22 of my Leeds United FIFA 16 Career Mode series. And right away in this episode, we're going to be getting into a game in the league against QPR, two of the newly promoted teams into the Premier League. So this is going to be a very interesting game. But we do have the first chance there. Austin played it through to Munir. He's obviously looking to use his dribbling ability, and he does use that effectively to win a penalty early in the game. I did feel we need that kind of player, Munir, why I signed him. I've had success winning penalties in FIFA 16 with those kind of type of players. Obviously didn't sign him just for that, but obviously that's ability he would have. And Charlie Austin steps up and scores the penalty, take the lead very early. And these are the kind of games I need to be winning. I'm not sure if I have a target for myself. It's most definitely to avoid relegation, or I'll get fired and relegated. But I'm not sure where I want to reach. Would it be mid-table, or could I fight maybe for a Europa League position, 5th or 6th, if I can win some games? I don't really know. I just want to win games and see where we are pretty much. And we're going along pretty well because we're just about to score another goal. Austin creating another opportunity with the shots, and Wood left with the easy opportunity. He couldn't finish on the first attempt, though, a bit disappointing, but the interception to create that opportunity was perfect. That created the goal. Without that, we probably wouldn't have scored there. So Wood, he didn't score on the first attempt, but luckily he had the time to finish on the second, and he scores his first goal in the Premier League as well. So going to the second half, we've got a nice little lead, and now Lewis Cook with some space to get a cross in, and Charlie Austin went really close there. That's not going to be a corner as well. He got his head to it clearly, and now it's Vardy. Don't forget, he moved to QPR in the previous season. That shot went really close as well. You'll see a replay of the shots where the goalkeeper saves it. But for now, they've got another corner. Diakite puts it in, but Valdez, again, dealt with that really, really well. Been pretty good so far. And you can see there, obviously that's not a goal, but you can see that didn't hit the post first. You can see Valdez actually got a hand to it. So he makes some important saves so far from my experience using him in these games. Valdez makes an easy save there as well, but he's getting really involved. Like, he's making the saves he needs to pretty much. But now it's Vardy late in the game. It's a header from Mackie, and that man, Victor Valdez, in goals, makes a crucial save. That could have been a late goal, but look at that. That looked like it was going in. Reaction save from Victor Valdez, and he steps up and shows that he is really worth the money. Some people thought maybe he wasn't the best of signings, maybe better options, cheaper options, but he just shows his experience and quality there. And now you can see their goalkeepers getting up, and you can see Davis as well had the opportunity there, but never looked likely. And now Kolka is looking like he's playing as the striker, which is a bit weird. Even though didn't a few times for Liverpool. They just pushed him forward. Obviously, he moved to Liverpool in January. So maybe that's a bit realistic. I don't know. But obviously, they were just going all-out attack, looking for a goal. But even so, we defended well, even though they had those opportunities, and we're going for another late chance here. We've been so good in this game. But this game I was expecting to win because we could beat them last season, QPR. It was just, we won so many games last season. So with improving the squad, obviously still need to make a few signings. But obviously with his game here today, two players that I signed on the pre-contract made an impact. Charlie Austin and Victor Valdez. You can see the impact of the signings just from that one game. Arsenal dropped points, Liverpool dropped points as well. Some interesting results there. As you can see, we're 4th right now. So we're in a pretty good position. Only 2 games in, but definitely can't get too excited. Plenty games left to play in this season. Again, some decent ratings there. Lewis Cook training very well. I want to get that finishing, well, if I could, somewhere in the 70s so he can actually be a force. I'd like to think for shots outside of the box anyway, you need at least 70 finishing and 70 shot power, and long shots need to be decent as well. But with the rest of money we do have, I feel as though we do need another attacking player. We need another attacking player, like a winger that can also play striker as well. So you're going to see we'll be making a move for those kind of types with our remaining money. Liam Cooper, we're still negotiating with Birmingham City. We put a counter offer of £1 million there, and we'll see if they'll accept. We got some more there. Transfer offer for Kasper Sloth. Again, more negotiating going on. It's one of those situations, I always want to try and get as much money as I can. Very important for teams like Leeds United. And with Bergwijn, you're going to see a few other teams are making offers, so I will have to increase it a little bit. But yeah, it will be very unlikely that we'll sign him if bigger teams want to sign him up. Chancel Mbemba, I think he wanted a bigger role in the squad. I think we just gave him first team, important first team player, so we'll step up crucial first team player, because of course he'll be one of our better rated centre backs. It'll be like him and Boskagli, two of the best, so those two will be starting, so no problems there. If he has that role, he'll just replace our other centre back. So yeah, but who? It's a bit weird because Bamba is the centre back, the other centre back who's also the captain. So that's been a bit of a problem. Not a problem, just been a query for me. Who should actually be the captain if Bamba is not going to be starting? Of course, he stays the captain right now, but signing Mbemba. And if Bamba's not... It's a bit confusing, Mbemba and Bamba. I'll get confused over that for the season, but... Yeah, leave your thoughts. Who should be captain? But unfortunately, here into this game, away from home against West Bromwich Albion, they scored the first goal of this game. Was really well worked. I like that goal, how they produced that. Their player got past, whipped in the very dangerous cross. That's a very dangerous height for a cross and very hard for defenders to defend, especially a guy like Salomon Rondon. He's pretty physical, like a taller type, stronger type, and he was able to finish, and here he creates it for Marlos, and Marlos is able to finish. I thought I could get in the way there with the centre-back. Talking about, Bamba, he unfortunately couldn't get in the way, but I thought I could defend that with the goalkeeper pushing up and then getting a defender on the line. I thought, yeah, he could have maybe got to it, Bamba, but I guess not. But how about that? We look like we're going to be facing defeat here, and then we've got Chelsea in the next game. It definitely at home. I don't want to say I stand a chance against Chelsea, but it's at home. It will be interesting to see how I should play in that game. Maybe you should leave in your comments, and that will be in the next episode, that Chelsea game. But we've got to make some changes here if we want to at least try and get something from this game. So now, pushing forward, Botaka using his pace, whips in across. Dongu Safak, unfortunately, he couldn't get the head to that. The West Brom defender did, so that is at least going to be a corner. Rolando Aarons whips it in, but it goes back to that man, Rolando Aarons. Tries to get past there, and he does. Gets past a couple, then he smashes one, and he does give us some hope. He does that on some rare occasions. I remember last season in the Championship, he would cut in a bit, take a shot. Sometimes he'll score, but he didn't score regularly enough. But he could get himself in those positions. So that's why I've wanted to work on his creating chances with those training drills. Would be work on his dribbling and then his ball control. But then additionally, the other one with the finishing and shot power, so you can improve all the sides of his game. But unfortunately, we did not create another chance, so we're going to go down in defeat this game to West Brom. Credit to them, they played a good game, as you would expect from them at home, and we definitely have an important game coming next, because, see, we dropped down suddenly to 9th, and we have Chelsea next. Imagine if that was another loss. Going to have to play well in that game. But you can see, Aaron's working on all of those attributes there. He needs to continue so he can be more... He needs to continue to develop so he can continue to do what he just did in that game and more regularly. Kasper Sloth, offer comes in, 800k. I'm going to accept it now. It's been too much negotiations, and I just want to get these deals done, pretty much. Probably as much as we're going to get for these players as well. Liam Cooper, he's going to be gone as well. Dukara, they're all being accepted here, so we can get some money in. But that means we're probably going to have to make multiple signings. I can't just make one big signing with that money. And we're bringing Mbemba here, do not forget. But exactly what I said, we probably need to make multiple signings now and maybe upgrade to the first team some youth players. just to, add some depth into the reserves. So Chancellor Mbemba, 77 overall. He's a Premier League player, of course, from Newcastle, so definitely good enough. And here, Brandon Barker is a guy I'm going to scout from Manchester City. He's actually listed as a loan player. He's loan listed, so we could potentially bring him on to the team, bring him into the team as a loan player on loan, and we'll just see how he performs. And as you can see there, 3 players sold, so that will give us even more funds to play with to bring in some more lads into the team. You can see Chelsea, that game coming up is so huge. We have a big game early in the season. It's so important to avoid defeat in that game, so again, we don't continue to drop down. Maybe a win miraculously. I'm not sure though, because Chelsea is a decent team. Hopefully they'll play like they're playing in real life this season to give us some chance. But as I said, I was going to look at some youth players. I want to look at those guys that are mid-60s, like Nikolai Bajic, 17 years old, obviously would be expecting to be called up. He's got free kick accuracy of 81, so I think if we develop this guy well, he could be very useful. He's got 80 curve as well, so definitely will be dangerous from the free kicks. Corey Sirota is going to be an interesting one. He's 66 overall. He wants the 1-year contract, so we gave it to him. But yeah, definitely won't be the last piece of action on him, as you'll see. So we've got quite a few players in the U squad now with decent potential. But now we're going on to scout Alan Saint-Maximin. He's a striker. He can also play left midfield, left wing, left midfield. And that's the kind of player I did want to bring in. Of course, he's not absolutely amazing. He's only 68 overall, but he's another player listed for loan. I mentioned Barker before. If we can bring in a couple of these types, I would imagine Barker's a similar rating as well, just below 70 overall, but maybe we sign him now later in the season. They could maybe increase in a couple overalls and get to 70, and they could be important players. We'll just have to see. You can obviously see already he's got a bit of pace on him. And as always, after the loan offer, when it gets accepted anyway, it says they feel the fee is fair but not yet decisive on allowing to let him leave, but then they always accept, as you can see here. So I don't know the point of that message, because it's never ever rejected unless it's rejected initially. And then it's rejected, obviously, but when they're considering it, it always gets accepted in the next message. But here, Corey Sirota, like I said, he's not happy about the length. We offered him 1 year. He said it was too long. You can't offer less than 1 year. And I actually tested it. I couldn't even change it. There, I was like trying to put an extra year, and I couldn't. I couldn't physically do that. I'm not sure if that's happened to anyone else, but I couldn't offer him actually more than a year. It was stuck on that. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with him. I'm going to have to leave it for now. Hopefully he doesn't request to leave. But anyway, Bajic, you can see him there. He's well-rounded, more so in his skill attributes. He looks pretty good with a few 70s and a few 80s. But that is going to be it for now. You can see his work rate, skill moves. It's pretty decent. It's not terrible. But drop a like if you'd like to see more of this series, and I'll see you guys in the next one.